Your husband wants a divorce and you're wondering, how do you change his mind? You absolutely can save your marriage even if your partner doesn't want to work on it. Waiting for this to just happen rarely works. But one person in the couple changing their priorities, the way they communicate, and how much effort they put into their relationship can dramatically change the dynamic. Here's how to tell if your marriage can make it and the meaningful steps you can take to get it back on track. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but stay tuned. For the best marriage advice, hit the thumbs up if you're excited about this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when we post a new video. Hi, my name is Danielle West. Ladies, are you married but living like roommates? Are you struggling to communicate and connect? I can help you through the Communicate Clearly workshop. Book a free call to learn more. A link is in the description below. One of the promises you made to yourself was that when you got married, it would be till death do you part. But here you are in the middle of a troubled marriage that seems to be leaning towards divorce with every passing moment. You may not want to give in to the pressure and give up or get divorced, but you're also feeling hopeless and aren't sure how long you can hold on or if holding on is the right thing to do. Ask yourself, is this really just a matter of you getting tricked into assuming that the grass is greener on the other side? Many people fall into the trap of thinking that getting together with a different partner can make them happy. But as you know, problems tend to follow you if you don't address them. If you have an issue that's causing your current relationship to struggle, like lying about spending or getting jealous for no real reason, it will probably come up in your new relationship too. Please note, if you're experiencing an abusive relationship, this is outside the scope of what we're discussing in this video today. Ladies, are you at a place where you could use some community outside of your friends and family circle? Someone safe to talk to? Trying to save your marriage on your own isn't the ideal way, but if you find your spouse is not willing to go to counseling or seek out a marriage mentor, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Counselors do back the idea that you can work on your marriage and significantly make an impact for the better. Having the occasional argument is by no means a sign a relationship is in trouble, but how you conduct yourselves during moments of stress can be crucial in how to fix a marriage. So, how do you react during an argument? Are you critical? Do you shut down? Are you more of a fighter? Have you ever worked on what your behavior looks like under stress? Most people react to these questions, well, if my spouse just wouldn't say or do that, I wouldn't get so upset. But did you know that if you're having a 10 reaction to a 2 to 3 circumstance, it's probably more likely that it's about you and not your spouse? Let me say that again. If you're having a 10 reaction to a 2 to 3 circumstance, the issue is more about you than your spouse. Watch this demonstration to see what I mean.
Mr. and Mrs. Mugg met right after college, and like many people, when they, he saw her and said, I got, and she's like, woo, and he had a degree and a future, and she was, look at her. I mean, she's a knockout, so that's working for her. And so they started dating, and when they first started dating and hanging out, they were so careful because he's trying to win her heart and she's trying to win his affection, and they were just so careful. And they had a few little problems along the way, and there were a couple of bumps in the relationship, but they were just so careful, and everything was going to be great. And then they got married. And then about a month into their marriage, they had a problem. They had a bump, and stuff came out, and he looked at her and said, whoa, where did all that come from? And she looked at him and said, well, I didn't know you had anger issues. And he said, well, I didn't have anger issues till you bumped me. Oh, there it is again. And then they had another problem, and they just were so, and she went to see her sister, and she said, I didn't know he was like that. And we don't know where guys go. They don't go anywhere, He looked in the mirror, perhaps. I don't know. And he sat around thinking, wow, she makes me so mad. She makes me so mad. Whenever she brings that up, I just get mad. And if she would quit bumping me like that, then I wouldn't be so mad. My wife, she has issues. And so he says to her, he says, when we were dating, I didn't see all this. Where's all that coming from? She says, well, every time we get in an argument, you make me act that way. Now, it's been entertaining so far, even if you haven't learned anything, right? Now, here's what I want you to see. Mr. Mugg thinks the reason the blue beads come out of him is because they keep having conflicts and she keeps bumping him. And Mrs. Mugg thinks the pink beads keep coming out of her because he keeps, they keep having problems and he keeps bumping her. But here's the truth. The reason blue beads come out of Mr. Mugg is because that's what's in there. And the reason the pink beads come out of, you writing this down? The reason the pink beads come out of Mrs. Mugg is because that's what's in there.
So is your mug full? Just because you're married doesn't mean they disappeared. Marriage is one of the best containers to get us to stop and look at our own behavior and work on ourselves. Perhaps this is a wake-up call to do just that. But you don't have to do it alone. As I mentioned before, join the community inside of the Communicate Clearly workshop and learn how to address your issues so that you can turn your marriage around. Model the behavior you want to receive before your marriage topples over and your spouse walks away. Again, you can make a difference. This is no easy feat, but we have several videos that can help you navigate this hard season you're experiencing. Watch this playlist for more suggestions on how to change your communication patterns. Remember, to have an extraordinary marriage, be intentional. You can do this. I believe in you and I am here for you. Thanks so much for watching.